One of the biggest challenges I think is just getting through the resumes. AI is great. There are a lot of tools to help with that, but it also helps a lot of the candidates who are out there put out their resumes so quickly. We also see many bad leaders out there. They're natural born leaders, but they're not using it for good. How do I use AI in the recruiting, or how do I use AI in HR? It doesn't do it for you. It's not the be all end all, but I think it's a tool. And if we use it in that respect and we make sure that we have the conversation about the fact that it's a tool and it's something that we use as part of the process to help augment, to help speed up, to help filter, to help take a look at those things, but we also have to make sure it's doing the right thing.
This is William Tincup. I'm joined by Chad. Chad, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for
Excellent.
asking. Would you do us a favor and introduce yourself?
Sure. Chad Sorenson. I have a company called Adaptive HR Solutions. So I do a lot of work with other companies. I also do a lot of leadership development and management training, things like that. And I'm a former president of HR Florida State Council.
Love HR Florida. Used to speak probably 2010, 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there. Carol.
Absolutely.
But-
Carol McDaniels was
oh my God.
conference director and then president.
So much fun.
Yep.
That is such a great
That's when I
conference.
first got involved with HR Florida conference.
That
Well,
was that is a great conference. It's huge. People don't know how big that conference is.
well, it's actually about the same size as this conference here, Sherm Talent.
Yeah, it's big.
Yep.
Back then, now this dates me, but back then, I think it was Sherm Annual, HR Southwest, HR Florida, and Indiana Sherm.
In terms of the biggest ones.
In terms of
Yep.
size.
Yep.
And then things have changed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But,
COVID did some damage to it, but we've pretty much recouped from that.
good. Great conference. If you're in or around Florida, you got to go because it is a fun show.
It is a lot of fun, and it's funny because there's some people who say I could never go to a Sherm National because it's too big. Totally get that. Come to something like HR Florida or Sherm HR Southwest or something like that. You know, they're good size. You got a lot of
You can meet everybody.
right, and a
Yes.
huge range of students as well.
Yes. Okay, so let's do a couple things. You and I have heard the phrase talent management over the years. What does that mean to you today?
It's a whole life cycle. It's not one thing.
Right.
If we're managing talent, we have to take a look at when someone's first coming on board, all the way through their entire career progression.
Oh, I love
Whether
that.
that's all the way through our own company or our company is a stepping stone for them. How can we help them grow in their career, even if it means that they leave the company they're in right now?
Right. I love that. That's a holistic view of, again, the employees with us for a moment, and we want to help them grow. And, by the way, they might come back.
Sure, absolutely. Or they're going to say nice things, or they're going to recommend other people to come work for us because of how we treated them.
It's surprising. First of all, I love that you hit on this because we think that during the romance phase of recruiting that it's all that, but
Right.
when they leave, it's just as important on
Mhm.
how we treat them, how
Absolutely.
the experience that they have with us.
Absolutely.
What's in your mind, what's the toughest part of recruiting today? Like
Um,
challenge.
we-
What's the biggest challenge?
One of the biggest challenges I think is just getting through the resumes. AI is great. There are a lot of tools to help with that, but it also helps a lot of the candidates who are out there
100%.
put out their resumes so quickly.
Oh yeah. Easy
What-
apply.
Right. Whether it's they're qualified or not,
Yeah.
whether they're interested in the position, you know. And one of the frustrating things is you get resumes. You look at one, you're like, great candidate. Let me do a quick phone screen. Let me have a conversation with them. And they're like, what company is this? What
Yeah.
position was it for?
Who's this for?
Right. Well, thanks for your engagement. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Ryan, my business partner, talks about, are they qualified? Are they interested? And are they available?
Right.
But it's like, again, finding that sweet spot.
Exactly.
I love that. Great. So what's your take on AI adoption right now, this current state of how do we get people to use our employees, leaders? How do we get people to kind of fall in love with using AI? And again, whatever that means.
Well, I think part of it has to be education of it, and telling someone it's okay to use this. It's okay for it to be a tool and resource for you. I've talked to people and they how do I use AI in recruiting, or how do I use AI in HR?
Right.
What do I do it for? It doesn't do it for you. It's not the be all end all. I can hit a button and all of a sudden these candidates, teleport into my office. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
William Shatner might want it to be that way, but
Yes.
it doesn't quite
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But I think it's a tool, and if we use it in that respect, and we make sure that we have the conversation about the fact that it's a tool, and it's something that we use as part of the process to help augment, to help speed up, to help filter, to help take a look at those things, but we also have to make sure it's doing the right thing.
Love that. I love that. So when your battery runs low, occasionally our batteries run low and you want to innovate, etc. What do you do to recharge your battery?
For
First-
me to recharge
personally.
my battery, I love reading. I'm a serial cruiser. And of course, we've got the HR conference cruise that we do now. I just spoke on the one about 3 weeks ago in March, heading down to Mexico. And in about 2.5 weeks, I have to take another cruise
Have to.
because
Have
we're
to.
doing an Alaskan cruise.
Oh my.
So we're leaving out of Seattle, and but it's an actual HR conference.
Yep.
And we have a great time. Oftentimes there's 100 or more participants that are there, and we really get to understand that's that recharge, because I'm a life work balance, not a
Yep.
work life balance,
I like it.
because the work has to support our life, but the life has to come first. So it's important that we focus on that on a regular basis. But that's how I recharge. It's spending time with family, and it's spending time myself beating
Yep.
and just sitting there. My best day on the cruise is when everyone else gets off the ship. I'm staying on the ship. There's not a lot of people there.
Me too.
I got a
Me too.
beverage in my hand. I've got a book in my other hand, and I'm kicked back and relaxed.
The only thing I'd add is a cigar for me.
Well, there you go.
But it's yeah, same
Uh-huh.
thing. We
Absolutely.
dock somewhere, everyone leaves, and I just go to that place. Usually the smoking section on cruises is a little tiny area, but
Uh-huh.
that's fine. I don't mind.
It's okay.
I'm over there, scotch and cigars, and
Hey, there
Cool
are
breeze.
worse things in life than a nice scotch and cigar.
100%, 100%. Last question, and there is literally no right answer. Are leaders, because you deal with a lot of leaderships, are leaders born? Or are they made?
I think there are some people who are a natural leader,
Yes.
and you see them and they can become a superstar, and they can get out there. And I think there are other leaders, encouragement, who need to understand how to build self-confidence,
Right.
give them the right tools, put them in the right situations, and they truly can become leaders as well.
Yeah, it's almost like a predisposed. Are they genetically predisposed? Some are, some aren't. And again, you still got to have all the learning, the training, the development, the experiences. You still got to have all that stuff.
Right. I'm glad I got the answer right, since there was no wrong answer.
There is no wrong answer. I've asked this question for 20 years, and the thing is people kind of come to the same conclusion. It's a little bit of both, but that natural leader. Some people, they're predisposed to be that leader. Still got to pull it out of them. Still got to put them in those experiences.
And sometimes you have to kind of mold that, because they
Yep.
may be a natural leader. They may have a skill set, but are they using it effectively?
Right.
And we want to make sure that that's what's happening, is that they're using it effectively. They're using it for good,
Right.
because we also see many bad leaders out there.
100%.
They're natural born leaders, but they're just not using it for good.
That's right. Well, Derek Jeter's a great story from a baseball perspective. He had all the tools, but still had to go through the farm system and then get into the pros and use those tools
Absolutely.
and learn.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, so you had the tools, you had all the things that were needed, but still had to be in that environment. And he was in the perfect environment for him to flourish.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, brother, thank you so much for carving out time
Thank
for
you.
us.
I appreciate this.
It's been wonderful. And thanks to the audience for listening and watching.
Thank you.